guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would sit down and film a tutorial because it's been a while since I've done like a full face tutorial. Lately I've been doing like bits and pieces but not like a full face. So I thought I would sit down, film a full face tutorial with you guys and use some newer products. I have them all set out behind me. Some of these products you've seen in videos. Most of them you've probably seen in hauls or PR hauls. I'd say that this includes a good combination of PR products and stuff that I've purchased myself, but I haven't really used these products a ton in videos, so I thought I would kind of sit down and do my makeup with you guys. Okay, let's start out with primers. So I always prime my eyes, like pretty much one of the first things I do is prime my eyes. By the way, I have a mirror like right down here. I always have a mirror right here, and I noticed in a couple of like recent videos, people are like, what do you keep looking at? It's like, well, I'm looking at a mirror that I have right here. You guys just can't, well, here, it's right here. It's one of those little Impressions vanity mirrors. So anyways, I always prime my eyes first. I feel like if I prime my eyes after foundation, it tends to get really cakey just with all the products and stuff. So for my face, this is not a new product, but I just haven't really used it very much, and I'm trying to figure out if I like it or if I want to declutter it. It's the Estee Lauder Smoother Universal Perfecting Primer. This is a newer product that came out maybe a year ago or so. It's not like one of those products that's been around forever, but I never hear anybody talking about it, and I bought it, I want to say I bought it when it first launched, and I just haven't really been using it. So it does have a very slippery feeling to it, which I know some people either love or hate. Something, oh, it's an airplane. I was like, what is that noise outside? So yes, I'm going to use that to fill in my pores. This is a pore filling primer. It's supposed to, does it say what it's supposed to do? No, it doesn't. Probably said it on the box, but it is a pore filling primer. So I'm going to put that on the areas of my face that tend to get big old pores. And then I'm going to use two facial primers because why not, right? So this is the Guerlain Lip Primer. This is such a good primer, you guys. It is very pricey, but it really does get the job done. It's supposed to be like a firming, illuminating, like lifting, just it's supposed to do a whole bunch of good stuff. And the thing that I notice the most is that it really does kind of firm my skin and like kind of give the appearance of like not as many fine lines, you know what I mean? And I always just have a really good makeup day every time I use this. So it's kind of like, is it the primer or is it something else? You know what I mean? So I definitely recommend this primer if you're in the market for something that's going to kind of firm your skin. For foundation, this is one that I got through Octoly a little while back, and I kind of forgot about it because I think I got it right before my wedding, and I just kind of like threw it in a drawer and kind of forgot about it for a while. But now I definitely want to try it. It's something I was very, very interested in. So it's the Becca Ultimate Coverage Foundation, I guess. That's what it's called. Ultimate Coverage. Yeah, complexion cream. This is in the color Porcelain. I don't know if it's the right color for me or not. I guess we'll see. I think that this foundation is supposed to be like a full coverage matte foundation. I don't think I've ever tried any Becca foundations before. So this will be a first for me. I do love their, oh my gosh, what are they called? Shimmering Skin Perfectors. I can't remember what they were called. They're highlighters. But I don't think I've used a lot of their like facial products. This looks like it's gonna be super white. And I definitely pumped way too much on my hand. I think I did 3 pumps. I don't think I needed that much, so. I've noticed with my foundation selections lately that I'm trying to not go as light as I typically would. Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit too light for me, but that's okay. We'll bronze it up with some bronzer. Just because like I've noticed that when I wear foundations, like I think I'm darker than I think I am. Like when I buy foundations for myself, I usually buy the fairest cool toned foundation just because in my mind, like, I'm super duper fair, but I don't think I'm as fair as I think I am, you know what I mean? Because then I look at myself in like videos and pictures when I'm wearing those foundations, and it just, like, I look really, really light, you know what I mean? And I kind of just feel like I look better when I wear a foundation that's like maybe a shade or two darker than I think I need. You know what I mean? So, not that that applies to this situation at all, because I just have the one color, and I want to say porcelain was the lightest one, and I think it'll be fine. Like, I'll bronze it up, but it's definitely very, very fair. This foundation is super thick. It's like, I'm having a hard time blending it out because it's really, really thick. I don't think it would be one that you'd want to use with a brush. Definitely use like a damp sponge. But it is like super thick. It is very, very full coverage. Yeah, look at how white I look. Holy moly. Aside from the fact that I look ghostly white, I do think that this is a good foundation. I think it's probably better suited for like the winter months. Just because like it is super thick and just like very, very, very full coverage, and it blended out nicely, but I just feel like it might be a little bit too heavy to wear in the summertime, you know what I mean? And I definitely need to get a different color, but it's okay. It looks worse on camera than it does in person. So next I'm going to use some concealer. So I've really, really been loving the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I did a whole video about this that I will link down below for you guys if you want to check it out, where I swatched every color and I kind of did a little bit of a color match for myself. I'm still on the fence as to like what color works best as like an all over concealer for me. But as far as under eye brightening, the color Snow works perfectly for me. I do have to be careful not to spread this throughout my whole face though, because it's gonna make me too white, kind of like this foundation. Like, I'm just trying to be more aware of putting like super light, white, bright things all over my face, you know what I mean? Because I just, yeah, I'm just, like I was saying before, I don't think I'm as fair as I thought I was. But anyways, this concealer is really good, you guys. It definitely will crease on me if I don't set it with something. And I have to set it pretty quickly, but that's kind of how all foundations and concealers are with me. It's just because I have oily skin, so fine lines under my eyes, so, you know, things crease under there. But that's okay. I don't mind that I have to set it. I know some people are like, oh my gosh, I have to set it? Ah, what's the point? But it's just, that's just the life that I've come to understand. Okay, so to set my under eyes, I'm going to use this Becca Soft Light Blurring Powder. I used this in, I think, one other video before. This is another product I got in PR a while ago. So I don't really remember if I liked it or not. I want to say I did, but it does make, like, it does leave behind a pink cast. Yeah. There's definitely a pink cast there, but it is very, very brightening. So I'm going to put it on and then kind of dust it away. I'm going to put this on just my under eyes, not my whole face, because I don't want that pink cast everywhere. I don't know how well you guys can see, but there's definitely like a pink cast that is left behind with this. It's just kind of hard to tell, but keep that in mind if you do decide to buy this, that if you are medium complexioned or darker, that this probably won't work very well for you. So I'm just gonna dust away excess powder, but it does definitely like smooth and blur the areas that you put it on. Like, it's a good powder, it's just like that pink is very intense, you know what I mean? So for all over face, I'm gonna use this Marc Jacobs Perfecting Coconut Setting Powder. This was in one of my Sephora hauls. I got it during their VIB sale, and I think that was in May, I believe. And it's a really, really good setting powder, but the thing is, I don't use setting powders very often because 9 times out of 10 I'm wearing a powder foundation, not a liquid foundation. And you don't set powder foundations because that's already powder. You know what I mean? And then on the weekends, when I do decide to wear a liquid foundation, I've just been gravitating towards other setting powders lately because I have so many of them. So I want to be sure to give this a fair chance. But the times I have used it, it is really good. So I'm just going to put this all over my face. Usually I would wait to do bronzer, but I just am looking so ghostly pale that I'm going to throw some bronzer on now, and then I'll probably throw more bronzer on later. So this is a rediscovered favorite. It's the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. This used to be my holy grail bronzer. Like, I could not do my makeup without this. Like, it was the only bronzer I used. I've gone through several pans of it. But I've just kind of discovered other bronzers that I love equally as much, if not more. I've also noticed that this one, it's not as dark as the bronzers that I've come to really love. So not that that's a bad thing. I think I just need to purchase the regular chocolate soleil and then I'll be fine. You know what I mean? So I think I've just gotten more risky with my makeup. That's not the right term. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like, I used to be very conservative, very careful. Like, I didn't want to do anything to make it look too unnatural. And now I'm like, whatever, you know, wear all the bronzer. So that's kind of, I think, it's been about a year since I've used this. So anywho, I'm just going to kind of throw it on there to bronze ever so slightly so I don't feel like I'm looking at a ghost. Okay, for brows, I'm going to use some Benefit products. So the Benefit Ka-Brow I've been using like crazy. In fact, this is a product that I really want to try to use up here probably by the end of the year. I put it in my 13 by Halloween, but I kind of want to use it up by the end of the year just because I have had this for a while and I'm kind of afraid it's going to dry out because it is one of those like pomade-y products. So this is one that I have continuously been using. These two products here, I've actually never used the 24-hour brow setter before. This was sent to me in PR. So I'm going to use that today for the first time. And then the Goof Proof brow pencil, I have definitely used before. It is one of my favorites, but it's been a good few months since I've used it just because the one that I had, I finished up and then I was using other things. That tends to happen a lot where like I'll have a favorite and then a new product comes out and I want to test it out, and so I use that a lot. And then another new product comes out, so I'll use that a lot. And then I kind of tend to forget about my old favorites, you know what I mean? So I'm going to use this one today. If you are unfamiliar, it has like a triangular tip to it. Well, it's actually more like a diamond-shaped tip to it, like a triangle top and then a stubby diamond bottom. And that really helps with like, I mean, it makes it goof-proof. The name is perfect for this. So I'm going to, as you can tell, I have very little brow hair, and the brow hair that I do have is very blonde, like translucent blonde. So I'm gonna just kind of outline my brows real quick with this, and then I'm gonna fill it in with the Ka-Brow. I think the Ka-Brow would be a perfect product on its own for somebody who already has either dark eyebrows or like thicker brows than I have. But for me, using that alone, I just haven't quite mastered it as far as like drawing on a brow with it. You know what I mean? I feel like it tends to look a little bit unnatural. And so I can do the more natural brow with a pencil. Okay, there it is with just the pencil. And now I'm going to go in with Ka-Brow and just kind of fill it in. I like to use a mixture of products because for one, I have them, so why not? But for two, I just feel like I get a better result when I mix products. However, if you are somebody who is a minimalist and you're looking for just a brow pencil and you don't need, you know, the whole song and dance, I definitely recommend the Goof Proof brow pencil because it can serve as both a filler and an outliner. It's kind of like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. I really like that one too, because I feel like, again, you could draw your brows on, you can fill them in, like it's a good multi-purpose tool. There's another one, I think it's the Hourglass has a really good one too. Recently I was using the Too Faced Chocolate Brownie, which has that same like triangular tip, but I didn't like that one as much as the Benefit or the Anastasia one, so there's that. Then I'm going to go through my brow with the spoolie on the Goof Proof and just kind of brush everything out, blend everything together. Sometimes after I brush it out, I notice like little bald spots where I missed, so I'll go back in and either use the Fabrow or the pencil and just kind of draw in little hair flecks. Pencil works better for that. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the 24-hour brow setter by Benefit and set my brows. So I'm guessing this is just a, so it says, get set for budge-proof brows. This invisible shaping and setting gel holds brow hairs in place and locks on makeup so brows don't pull, a disappearing act. Brush onto brows, wear alone, or set other brow products. Okay, so this is just a clear brow gel. I honestly cannot recall any time I've ever used a brow setting thing. I think it's because like I just don't really have eyebrows. So I'm kind of like, well, what am I setting? But I mean, I do have eyebrows. So this feels nice. It feels like nice and cooling. I do really like the shape of this because if you can't tell, it's like skinny and then fat. So you can use the skinny side to get the like thin parts of your brow, like the tail. I like that. It does feel kind of sticky though. Okay, moving on to eyeshadow. I do have the Laura Lee Nudie Patootie eyeshadow palette. I talked about this in, I think it was my May favorites video. I actually used this on my wedding day and I used quite a bit of colors on my wedding day. Like this was the primary palette I used for my wedding day makeup, but I had never used it in a video because I got it like right before my wedding. It was released like right before my wedding. I picked it up, got it in the mail, decided I loved it. So I wanted to use it in a video to kind of, I don't know, walk through it with you guys. Love the palette, by the way. And then I also just picked up this Bobbi Brown Long Wear Sparkle Stick in the color Rose Quartz. These are a new release for Bobbi Brown. There's probably like maybe 6 or 8 different colors. And they are these beautiful, like shimmery, what is that? Why does it look, oh, it's just the glitter. These beautiful, like glittery eyeshadow sticks. They are gorgeous. Like the camera is not doing them justice. They are so beautiful. They're creamy. So I haven't used this one, but I do have 2 other colors. So I bought 3 of them and I have used the other 2. I just haven't used this one yet. And I felt like the Rose Quartz would go well with some of these colors in here. So the Nudie Patootie palette is definitely like kind of a rosy, definitely like a bridal prom palette, I feel like. The color Topless is like a rose gold color. You can see there. Yeah, I mean, I feel like those 2 things will go together really well. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with the color Undressed, which is this matte cream color right here. I will say I do wish that there was more of a either neutral or almost like a peachy, rosy matte color, cream color, because this one is very, very yellow, which doesn't even really go with the theme of the palette. Like, why would there be a yellow toned eyeshadow in here when it's very much a rosy palette? But I think her other palette, Laura Lee, her Cat's Pajamas palette, had more of like a pinky cream color. So I think that's probably why she did that. But for me, it's like if I'm using one palette, I feel like the colors, I don't know, whatever. It works fine. So next I'm gonna go in to, maybe I'll get a clean brush. There we go. I'm gonna go into the color Streaking, which is also a matte color, and this is like the perfect crease color for me, just because it's probably like 3 or 4 shades darker than my skin tone. So I feel like it just works so perfect as a crease color. On days where I'm not doing a whole lot of makeup, this will be the only thing I pop into my crease. But on days where I'm doing lots of makeup, kind of like today, it's just the starting point, but it is perfect. So tip for you guys, so if you're using a brush like this and you can't seem to like buff out your crease color, go back to a more fluffier brush. This is the one I use to apply the all over lid color, and go over it with that, and that will definitely get it like blended and buffed out. In fact, I do this a lot. Like I'll apply the color with a skinnier blending brush like that, and I'll kind of get it going, but then I notice like my eyelids start creasing, and I kind of just like, I don't know, I get impatient when it comes to blending, so I'll go back in with a fluffy brush and buff it out. I'm just gonna really build up that color, probably a little bit more than I usually would. Okay, with the same brush, which by the way, this is a Morphe M433, I'm gonna go into Reveal right here, which is more of a neutral matte color. It's a mid-toned neutral matte brown. And I'm gonna focus this more precisely on the crease. So instead of like blowing it out and blending it all the way kind of like almost to my brow like I did with the other one, I'm gonna focus it like on the crease. So putting it on top of the other one, but focusing on the crease only. I'm also gonna kind of drag it into the outer corner right here and just really kind of get that outer V going. Okay, so now I'm gonna get a skinnier blending brush. This is the Smith 230, and I'm gonna go into Butt Naked right here, which is more of a reddish matte brown. It's definitely like a mid-tone brown, but it's deeper than Reveal, which was the other one that I used. So you can see the difference there. So with this skinnier brush, I'm gonna focus mostly like right here on the outer 1/3 of my eye and drag it ever so slightly into the crease. Just really focus on deepening this part of my eye out. And anytime I feel like it's getting a little messy, I'll just go back to that blending brush and buff it all out. Like that. Okay, I think I'm gonna use the Bobbi Brown pencil as the all over lid color. I've never done this before. I typically, I was gonna say I typically use this on my lower lash line. Does this brush have, there's a little bit of powder on it. I think I'm gonna try it by putting it on a brush. Just not sure. Nope, that's not gonna work. Okay, I will just put it directly on my lid. It's such a pretty color, you guys. I actually kind of like using a pencil eyeshadow because then you have more control over like where you want the product to stop. You know what I mean? Like I can drag it right up to the crease and I know it's not going past that point. You know what I mean? I'm purposefully leaving the inner part of my eye kind of untouched because I want to go in with a more kind of like silvery shadow to really brighten this look up. So in case you're wondering why I'm not dragging it over, that is why. And then before I do that, I'm gonna go back to my skinny blending brush, back to Butt Naked, and just really, really deepen this outer V. Like that. And then I'm gonna go in with kind of like a pencil-ish type brush and the color Uncover right here, which is that silvery color I was talking to you about. And I'm gonna put it right here. So zooming in for you guys, here is what it looks like up close. So you can see kind of like the gradient of the more like reddish brown into the glittery rose quartz and then that silvery color in the middle. I really like that. Super pretty. Totally thought I was recording and I wasn't, but the last thing I did for my upper lids was I went in with this color Stark right here, which I think is meant like stark white. And I put it right here in the inner corner of my eye to just brighten everything up. And that really did add just like an element of like pow brightness, you know what I mean? And it further emphasized the whole ombre darkest to lightest thing I have going on. So that's it for the upper lashes or upper lid. I think I'm gonna focus on my lower lash line now really quickly. So I'm gonna go in with that skinny blender brush and do I wanna do dark or, yeah, I think I'm gonna just go in with Butt Naked, which is the darkest matte brown, and buff that onto my lower lid, kind of like up against my lash line. All right, moving on to lashes and liner. I want to really use up this pencil liner. I've had it forever, like way past the time that I should actually own something like this. It's the Malli Beauty eyeliner. I got to the point where like I liked it for a while and then I didn't like it for a while. And it's just kind of been hanging out in my collection. I mean, it's down to a nub. I think my issue is I don't use black liner a lot anymore. And this is a black liner. It is, I mean, I think it's overall a good liner. So I'm just gonna buff this a little bit on my upper lash line. Now we are gonna go in with false lashes here in a minute. So this is just to kind of like emphasize, and it'll also mask the lash line to where if we make any like mistakes with the lashes, which I do a lot, this kind of helps camouflage it. And then I'm also gonna take this and put it in my lower waterline. Okay, the lashes I'm using today are by Huda Beauty. Woo! Don't you guys love those Instagram videos where they're like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. So yeah, these are the Huda Beauty and I have makeup on them. Awesome. In the color or the shade, no, the style, that's the word I'm looking for, Jade number 13. These are faux mink, which is nice. Faux is always better than real. Not to say I'm against real mink lashes because I own a ton of them, but I know some people prefer faux, so these are faux mink, and they seem to have like layers of lashes. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but it's almost like there's 2 or 3 like layers of lashes. Before I do that, I'm going to coat my lashes with some mascara. This is a new product that I recently received from YSL. They gifted it to me through Octoly. It's their The Shock Mascara. So this is supposed to be a volume mascara, and that's pretty much all it says. Volume effect. Oh, shocking volume and intensity. Truly mastered. Well, we'll see about that. The packaging is really pretty. I actually really like YSL mascaras. I remember, ooh, that picks up a lot of product. The wand is really goopy. And it has like stubby little pokey bristles, and it's kind of shaped like an hourglass or like a pear shape. I used to really like the YSL Babydoll Mascara. And I just haven't ever really repurchased it because it's so expensive. But it is a good mascara. This one so far doesn't seem to be like blowing me out of the water. It smells like flowers. I I have never noticed a mascara to smell like anything other than mascara. This one smells like flowers. Weird. It is a little bit more difficult to put on the lower lashes just because the wand itself is kind of bigger. It's not like a super skinny wand, so it's kind of hard to put on there, but it does look really good. I think I'm going to have to play with this a few more times. Mascara is one of those products where when you only do one coat, like it's really hard to tell if it's a good mascara or not. And since I'm putting lashes on, I don't want to layer it up a whole bunch, but I do like the way it made my bottom lashes look. It just was a little bit difficult to put on there, you know what I mean? So more to come on that. Let's hop into these Huda Beauty lashes. See if I need to cut them down any. Maybe a smidge. I did learn that you're supposed to cut lashes from the outer corner. Let's see. Yes, you're supposed to cut them from the outer corner, not the inner corner, like I was doing before. Need like one more bit cut off. I'm starting to develop like a tickle in my throat, and at the gym today the guy next to me was like coughing and hacking, and like he shouldn't have been there. He needed to have stayed home. And I'm really hoping that he didn't get me sick because I'm starting to feel a tickle in my throat, which is never a good thing. These lashes are so pretty, you guys. They have like this almost cat eye effect. Like, let me zoom in so you can see. They have this like cat eye where the lashes get a little bit longer on the outside, but they just look so pretty. I love the shape they're giving to my eye. They're really good. Man, these are really good. Okay, I'm gonna layer on top of the bronzer I already put on my face. Make myself even more bronze because, let's face it, you can never have too much bronze, right? So I'm gonna go into my Too Faced Natural palette, which, depending on when this video goes up, there will be a giveaway, or there currently is a giveaway for one of these palettes up on my channel. So I'm gonna post that video down below for you guys. You know what, I'm gonna make sure that the giveaway is still going on when this video goes up so that you can go enter. If you haven't already, I would love to give one of these palettes to you guys. It's such a good palette. Ugh, it smells. It doesn't have like the vanilla smell or the chocolate smell, but it has like a fresh smell to it. And the colors are just so good. So I'm going in with Sunny Honey on my cheeks. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the side of my nose, drag it down my neck a little bit, forehead, hairline, and I finally look like I'm awake, I'm alive, I have some color to my skin. Thank you, bronzer. So next I'm gonna go in with this Taquan sculpting powder in the color Light. This was given to me via PR also a little while back. And it looks like this. I haven't really had a chance to use this too much, so I am going to use it to contour, but just a little bit. It does have a bit of a grayish undertone, which I actually like when it comes to contour products specifically, because contouring is supposed to be creating shadows on your face, and shadows are typically gray. So we're just gonna contour the cheekbones just a little bit. You could definitely go in and like contour your nose, which I'm not a big nose contourer. mostly because I don't really know how to. Did that do anything? Maybe it did. And you could also do like your hairline and stuff, but I'm not going to. So that looks nice. For blush, I'm gonna go back to this palette. So good, you guys. Make sure you enter that giveaway because this is such a good palette. And I think I'm gonna use Pink Wink. I really want like a bright pink. There we go. Pop a color. Too much? No. Never too much. Okay, maybe a little bit too much. Now there is some highlighters in this palette, but I'm gonna go into this CoverGirl Chocoholic Contour Palette. I just picked this up, well, not just, but recently at Walmart, and I wanna use this highlighter right here because it looks so stinking pretty. Ooh, very powdery. Very powdery. Ooh, it does definitely smell like chocolate. But it has a different chocolate smell than the Too Faced chocolate. It has more of like a cocoa powder scent. It is a pretty highlighter, but it's just not like super highlighty, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm just not seeing it. I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah, it does. It's a good highlighter. It's not as intense as I thought it was going to be though, but sometimes that is not a bad thing, you know what I mean? You know what, just because more is more, I'm going to go into, let's do Satin Sheets. There's more glow. Beautiful. And then I'm just going to quickly touch on, back to the CoverGirl one, Cupid's bow, and tip of the nose. I am so excited for this product right here. It's the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I've been wanting to try this for like ever and ever, mostly because it's super hyped up here on YouTube. But it's always sold out on the Morphe website, and then recently they started selling it at Ulta, so I picked it up. But it's only online at Ulta, it's not in stores at Ulta, so I had to wait until I was like placing an Ulta order, and anyways, I finally got my hands on it. Woo! Smells good. Okay. It does have like an ultra fine mist to it. Holy moly. That was really cool. It felt really nice too. Definitely probably the finest misted setting spray that I've probably ever used before. I feel like it got in my hair though. And I love the fact that you can like push it and hold it and it just goes, like the aerosolness. You don't have to keep pushing it over and over, so I like that. Okay, for lips, I have two products that were sent to me through Octoly. One of them was sent to me by YSL, and one of them was sent to me by Guerlain. So the Guerlain one, so same brand as my primer that I used earlier in this video. This is a lip primer, so it's the Smoothing Lipstick Primer Kiss Kiss Lip Lift. I've never used a lip primer before, so this is pretty dang exciting to me. Ooh, the packaging is so cute. So cute. It reminds me of like a Lego. It doesn't smell like anything. Kind of smells like sunblock. So I'm assuming you just put this on your lips. My lips are kind of chapped. So this is like waxy. Oh my god, it's so waxy. It's really thick. It has like a honey taste to it. So this is supposed to prolong the life of your lipstick wear. Does it have, it doesn't say on the box, but I mean the point of a lip primer is to make your lipstick last longer. It just says for the lips. Okay, it does kind of feel hydrating though. I kind of like the nude lip look right now. But the lipstick I'm going to put on by YSL is their Rouge Pur Couture in the color 17, Rose Dahlia. This is like a coral lipstick, and I've never worn a lipstick this color before, you guys, so it's really pretty. I mean, it's almost like a pinky coral. All right, let's do this. This color is really pretty, actually. I'm not sure that it goes with my eye look very well, but this is such a pretty like summer color, and it's one of those kind of like almost like a MAC cream sheen or even like a luster, where it's just kind of like hydrating and balmy and like feels nice on the lips. I don't know so much about the lip primer though, guys. I feel like it almost made it more difficult to put a lipstick on, because it just kind of looks like, I don't know, like kind of patchy and stuff. And I have some of these I've used before. Like I own some Rouge Pur Couture. I own 3 of them. So I know what the formula is like. And this one just, I don't know. I'm unsure on the lip primer. So more to come on that. But here's the finished look. I'm going to go ahead and change my shirt, and I'll hop back in with my final thoughts on everything. Okay guys, I'm back, and I did change my lip color just because that coral was not matching with this dress, and I really wanted to wear this dress. Although this pink isn't really matching with the dress either, but it is definitely more correlating with my eye look. I don't know. It's summertime. I wanted something bright and fun, okay? So I'm a little bit unsure on actually both of the lip products. I know I like the YSL Rouge Pur Couture formula. I'm unsure on the color, and I don't think the primer really did anything at all. So by the way, the color I changed it to was this Hourglass. I don't remember what these are called, but it's like the stick thingies. I'll link it down below for you, in the color Leader. And then I lined my lips with Urban Decay Anarchy. So anyways, I stinking love the lashes so much. These jade lashes are so beautiful. I'm probably gonna have to get more of them and like kind of stock up on them. They might be my new favorite. They are just so beautiful. This Morphe Spray, I like the concept and I like the way my skin looks, but it gets in your hair. Like, so I need to find a way to be a little bit more careful with making sure that this doesn't get in my hair, because it gets in your hair and then it's almost like hairspray. Like which is not a bad thing, but it does get in your hair. But I do like the way my skin looks. Speaking of which, the foundation, I think it's a good foundation. I mean, it doesn't look, let me zoom you guys in so you can kind of see what is going on here. So here's without the ring light, so you can really kind of see. I mean, look at those eyes, look at those lashes. Oh my gosh, so pretty. So my skin itself looks really good. I mean, look at my forehead. It looks really nice, but it does kind of feel heavy, which is my hesitation with it. So I'm gonna have to test the foundation now a little bit more and kind of get back to you guys on what my thoughts are. I hesitate saying it's a bad foundation because it's not. I don't think it is. It's just really heavy, which is good for certain things. So there's that. The setting powder is nice. The blush and bronzer is good. Everything is really nice, you guys. I really like the way my makeup turned out today. I just am feeling so like flirty and fun. Like I want to go jump in the pool, and I kind of want to go shopping too. Makes me want to go shopping. But everything is really good. I think that's all the new, pretty much an update on all the new stuff I tried out. So let me know if you guys enjoy these more kind of like chit-chatty, sit down, talk through tutorials. I love filming them for you guys, but they do end up being kind of long, and I just don't know if you like long videos or what. So let me know your thoughts. Oh, by the way, this dress, look at how, it's kind of hard to see, but it's so cute. It has like the off the shoulder thing. It's from Ivy and Leo, which is a local Charlotte shop. But anyways, okay, I am done chatting, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see like a future update on any of these products in the comment section down below so that I could be sure to do that. Otherwise, that is it. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll talk to you next time. Bye!